Hey Pisces, what's up? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Wheel of Fortune. The second card that we have out is Eight of Swords. Wheel of Fortune speaks about changes. So you can feel like a change is happening currently. The Wheel of Fortune is also can be like changes that we don't have a whole lot of control over. So something is shifting and you can be feeling that, and it can be bringing up some anxiety for you. I'm seeing Eight of Swords. This can, just anxiety about the changes that are happening. Or even about the potential possibilities. Nine of Swords, really worrying about this. Maybe it's like all you can think about right now. Okay. I'm seeing strength. Grounding yourself at this time, especially like mentally, and pulling yourself back down when you're feeling heightened is going to be really important. You can do things, because of Leo being here, you can do things that are artistic that will help you with this. Like you can maybe watch a movie, anything where there can be any type of like performance, acting, art, expression. You can dance it out, that can be something that helps you, or do any type of movement. You can do yoga, you can do stretching, you can take a walk, you can paint something or make something with clay, just anything that you may want to do here. Artistic expression is going to be helpful no matter what form you do it within. I feel like this is more so about you generating it, but it can also be sort of you engaging in anything that would be like that too. Music is a big one. So anything like that. You can also have like a dramatic expression that's connected with how you're feeling or what you're thinking, but rather than doing that outwardly and doing something that would impact you negatively, you can more so be like, I don't know, like have a performance in your kitchen or something that's going to be like of no consequence really, but will help you sort of express that energy. And because of having Leo here, you can do it in some type of like dramatic or extra way, but it's more so just about like what's going on with you and then expressing that in some way. It can be something that helps you ground a bit, but not do anything that would be like damaging to you in some way. So Wheel of Fortune, destined change. Good for you from a cosmic standpoint of like there's a change happening, there's going to be growth, there's going to be expansion, but at the same time like your ego and sort of your framework mentally can be like, I'm feeling a bit concerned over this, or I'm worried about it, or like what if I don't like the change. You can even know that the change you can know that it will be good for you and that it will benefit you. At the same time, you can still maybe be feeling worried about this. A growing plan. I get the feeling of it being important that you stay on track here and don't stray. I'm seeing you look in the direction of potential and opportunity, but may have mixed feelings personally about this. Just some personal stuff can be feeling more difficult right now. You're being encouraged to go for this, whatever it is. At the same time, I'm seeing it be, you can feel like mentally it's making something almost untouchable, Like, I'm seeing the Ace of Wands be right in front of you. Are you going to go for it? What are you going to do with this? But Eight of Swords can be like, I'm sort of locking myself in the attic right now and not able to walk down the steps to go towards this opportunity. I don't know if this is just you don't want to ruin something or you don't want to mess with it, but it feels like it's there for you to do something with it. I feel more than anything like concerns, fear, worries, anxiety, those types of things. It's sort of eliciting this feeling of having mixed feelings, but I don't necessarily see that be the vibe. I think this is just coming from a mental place, and I think that it's very surface level, and if you get deeper to how you feel, it will be clarified, like what's going on in a more pure way. Let me get one more card. You can feel too like you have to defend some type of action that needs to be taken. What is this? Why am I seeing the Seven of Swords pop out? Is there potential to do something destructive within your personal life? It feels like needing to work with that part of yourself, like having strength, but then also having Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords it begs the question, am I being totally honest with myself about something, or am I doing things like actually in alignment with my values? I feel like this is coming again from Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is like action is needed on your end, but you can feel so stuck in your head that then you're not doing anything, and then you're like, what am I supposed to do? And it's like, you know what to do, you just need to get out of your head to do what needs to be done here. The Seven of Swords is feeling more like allowing yourself to get caught up mentally and not giving yourself the clarity that you need, or like not trusting yourself. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. When I'm seeing it feel very clear, it's just the stuff that's coming up energetically. You need to see through it perceptively rather than allow this to take away from your process. Strength and Queen of Pentacles is about you working with your nature, and strength can be about needing to do the difficult thing, but it's like the right thing to be doing. So you can be having a hard time with yourself, working with yourself on something, but if you sort of apply and assert your willpower, you will be able to do what needs to be done. But Seven of Swords can be that part of you that's like, it's not your responsibility to do that, or kind of just not doing what you're supposed to be doing, which all of us, this can be something that all of us experience, right? It can be like, I know that I need to be doing this for myself, but let me do this, this, and this instead, and pretend that I'm not really feeling that I need to do that. You know, it can be, it just feels like avoiding something that you need to be doing for yourself. That can just be particularly difficult because we have strength here. It's like, it's something that there can be a part of you that's fighting another part of you. And again, if you use your like discipline and your willpower, this is something that you get to have control over, but you can be working with something mentally that's a really difficult force. And it can be something that would maybe encourage you not to be honest and courageous and loyal to yourself with the choices that you're making. Can be doing something that you're like, I don't know if that would really be in alignment for me to be doing, but like doing it anyway because that may be the easier thing to do. It can be that type of stuff that pops up. But it can also be something that would be damaging to like what you've achieved and what you've worked for and what you have. I wonder too, if you're defending taking action in a way where you haven't fully thought it out, it may become a wrecking ball for certain areas of your life that provide stability for you. That's kind of what this is feeling like. Because I get the feeling that, Pisces, nobody is going to check you. Like, you have to check yourself here with this. And if you don't, there can be a part of you that's like, I just want to do what I want to do here, in a way where you may not be thinking something totally through, but you can also be like defensive about letting anything hinder you from doing exactly that. But then it can be sort of a destructive force to your Ten of Pentacles, which is stuff that you have. It's just your stability. It can be your living situation. It can be stuff within your life that you have that you value. This is something that can actually sabotage those things within your life, at least in the future. Maybe not right now, but it can do that later down the line. And that being sort of what's coming up here. I do even get the sense that, okay, having Knight of Wands and Ace of Wands can be like, there's this thing within me. The Knight of Wands within me is looking at that opportunity, like maybe I want to do that, maybe I want to go that way. But then you have the Seven of Cups, which is like, I'm actually having mixed feelings about this. I don't know if I should actually be doing that. And then the Seven of Swords is the part of you that's like, you know, if you don't tell anyone, you can get away with it. It can be like that type of thing that goes on, where it can be encouraging you to not practice self-restraint here and to just do something. But as I said before, it feels like later on, this is something that you may really suffer the consequences of and be like, why did I do that? I knew that that wasn't aligned and like I did it anyway. It can be that type of thing. Because Wheel of Fortune can be new opportunities that are sort of coming through and things that are presenting themselves to you, and you have the opportunity to grow and to expand and to learn. Or with Seven of Swords, it's like you can revert and actually go in the opposite direction, because it can be a time for progress. It can also be a time of reversion, like to go backwards here. It just depends on whether or not you want to be in a place of truth with yourself. Because it can be a time of going back to maybe some old stuff, old patterns, old behavior, reinforcing those things and being like, I'm cheating the Wheel of Fortune here. I don't have to make that change, and I don't have to grow, and I don't have to do the difficult thing. Then you end up really cheating yourself through this. And it can also shift you onto a different timeline as well, into a timeline where you don't have the Ten of Pentacles, you know, into a timeline where your stability then collapses. And that's what this feels like, having Ten of Pentacles and having Ten of Swords. It can be like, I'm achieving stability, but doing so in a way that is not right, that is not like a true way of doing things, or I'm being deceptive, behaving in some way that's deceptive in order to do this, and then it will fall back on you. Like, it will be something that backfires, essentially. So I get this being like strength versus Seven of Swords here is really what this feels like. And which path are you going to pick? The one that's the right way for you to go, but maybe the more difficult thing, versus the way that may be easier, but in honest self-reflection, you'll be like, that's not where I should be going or how I should be doing things. That's not the right thing for me. And it would have you feeling shameful of your actions too. Because Seven of Swords will be like, I'm going to hide this thing because I don't want anyone to see me doing this because it's not reflective of your values. Like that. Wheel of Fortune does feel like this is something that gives you potentially a very karmic option, where it throws something to you and it's like, are you going to take it or not? So something is available to you. You just can spend time maybe thinking about what to do with this, how to handle it, how you want to engage. Because I get the feeling of like almost knowing better. I don't see this being a thing where what's coming up for you is I'm confused about what to do here. This feels more so like, am I going to do the right thing or not? And the right thing may just happen to be the more difficult thing to do in this scenario. Self-deception is the thing that becomes confusing, or just acting in a way that's misaligned with your values. It creates confusion and it creates tension. On the surface, of course. However, it's still felt. And this may come into question certain plans that you have too. Like, you may have created some type of idea of how to step forward. However, at the same time, you can be like, should I actually be doing that or not? I do get the feeling that if you do sort of listen to the shadow here and then make a choice based off of that, like you sort of following the narrative of your shadow, I don't think something is immediately going to happen. I get the feeling that later down the line there will be consequences for this, but they may not be immediate now. And that coming to light, I don't know what this situation is, but that's what I'm seeing as far as the trajectory, and that you very much have a choice in this moment of doing the right but more difficult thing versus doing something that would breed guilt within you, even if you can justify it in some sort of diluted way. And it will be something that enhances confusion within your life. And you have the opportunity to see through that, like some type of distortion of sorts. Can we actually get a clarifier on what the Seven of Swords is? Can be about keeping something a secret, or just doing something in a secretive manner, or just not being honest about something, or like being deceptive in some type of way, making a choice that would align with that. You have the option to put this to rest. I get the feeling that you're in a position of some type of responsibility, it seems. So there can be certain ways that you feel it's appropriate for you to be showing up, and it being important that the decisions that you're making are reflective of that. I think too, something that can be helpful as far as a guide for you is if the people that you value the opinions of, if they saw you at this point making the decision that you're making, would it be one that you'd be proud of, or would it be one where you're like, I don't want them to see that, you know, that type of thing? And that can be a helpful guide sometimes when we're having a hard time finding that within ourselves. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm seeing Leo here. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.